What's going on, everybody? Whispers in the Walls is here, and along with an amazing new story quest, we got a bunch of new updates and additions to the game. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about a lot of the major updates that we got. We got a new area, we got a new syndicate, we got a new weapon type, we got new Archon shards, we got a new melee mechanic, we got new arcade, and more. So with that being said, let's get into it. Whenever you actually beat the Whispers in the Walls quest, you unlock a new hub called the Sanctum Anatomica, which is basically Albrecht and Trotty's lab. And in this area, we got Lloyd, Fibonacci, Tagfer, and Bird 3. I will be explaining what they all offer, starting with Lloyd. Lloyd mainly focuses on trading and exchanging Voca, as well as Arcane Dissolution. For those who don't know, Voca is the new syndicate medallion for the new syndicate called Kavia. You get Voca from doing bounties in the Sanctum, and then you can come to Lloyd and trade them in for some standing. Lloyd also has this option called Arcane Dissolution. Arcane Dissolution is where you actually dissolve some of your arcanes into this material called Phosphor, and then whenever you dissolve enough arcanes to get to 200 Phosphor, you can click one of the 7 options to receive 3 random arcanes. You can see the different arcanes Lloyd has through each option. So if you see an arcane within that list that you might want, and you have some arcanes that you definitely don't need, this is a perfect way to recycle those arcanes and actually try and get some good ones. Next, we're going to be talking about Fibonacci. Fibonacci focuses on Kavia standing and Sanctum bounties. This is where you level up the standing for the new syndicate, and if you're looking to farm Voca and the new Warframe Corvex, this is definitely the place to do it. Certain bounties only offer Corvex's parts, and depending on the type of mission you do, depends on the type of Voca you get. Next up, we got Bird 3. Bird 3 has a lot of good items. He's got multiple melee arcanes, melee arcane adapters, a new helmet segment, a bunch of necromech mods, and a bunch more stuff like sigils, lenses, some captura scenes, as well as the grimoire blueprint itself. I mean, you don't really need this considering you get it from the quest, but hey, you know, it's there. Now, while these are pretty expensive and do cost quite a bit of standing, I definitely recommend farming for some of these items. Some things I don't recommend buying from Bird 3 are like the Corvex parts, because you can just farm them. I also don't recommend buying the melee arcanes unless you really need a specific one. Same goes for melee arcane adapters. You can just farm them in the game. However, one thing I am going to recommend is that whenever you get enough standing, you buy the helmet segment, as this is what is actually going to allow you to use the new Archon shards. So overall, Bird 3 is selling some pretty good items. And lastly, we got Tagfer. Tagfer gives you access to the Netrocell missions. And for those who don't know, Netrocells are not meant to be soloed. The mission type, it's up to level 200. However, with the right build, you still can, of course. And Netrocell missions can actually reward you some pretty amazing items. It's very similar to a bounty. We have common, uncommon, and rare rewards we can get from the Netrocell missions. As far as common rewards go, you can get a normal Archon shard plus a melee arcane. There's only one reward for uncommon and rare. The uncommon reward you can get is actually a melee arcane adapter, which is honestly not bad at all. And for the rare reward, you actually have a chance to get a Tau Forged Archon shard, which is pretty crazy. This is honestly a really good way to farm Archon shards, because now you don't have to sit there and wait for the Archon hunt. You could just do these Netrocell missions and hopefully you get lucky. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Now, there are some things I left out of this video, like the new Tenno Kai mechanic, as well as going over the individual game modes themselves and the new Archon shards. However, I'm going to be making separate videos on all 3 of these topics. So if you enjoy this type of content and you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And before the video ends, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel. Let me know what you guys think of Whispers in the Walls down below. And yeah, guys, that's going to be it for me. With that being said, thanks for watching.